Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Politics of Survival. I'm your host, TheTaraReade, and yes, I'm still in Moscow, still loving it. And I have with me a really special guest, someone that I've come to become friends with and get to know, and you're going to be amazed. She has so many great, amazing stories to tell us. And without further ado, let me introduce her. Her name is Alexandra Kashurnikova, and she is from originally Siberia. And if you read down below her bio, it's amazing. She started in broadcast journalism at 16 years old. I call her Sasha. And if you're friendly to her, you can call her Sasha too. So welcome, Sasha. Welcome to the show.
Thanks a lot for invitation, because for me, it's really very new experience. You're just saying about me that I have like some massive experience behind me, but actually this is for the very first time when I'm talking to Western audience, mostly with your viewers, listeners of your podcast. And for me, it's a very big pleasure to be here.
Oh, that's wonderful of you to say. That's great. Well, I want to dive right in with your origin story, where you came from and how you got into broadcast journalism, and then we'll come up to the work that you do now. But how, you were 16 years old. I mean, you were still in high school, what the equivalent of what in the West we call high school in before college. So tell us about your journey and where you're from, because you're from a beautiful, one of the most beautiful parts of the world, actually. Yeah.
Oh, thanks a lot. I know that you haven't been there yet, but it's like in your list to visit this
I've been looking at
Russia.
The pictures.
Siberia. Siberia, it's something that, to describe it, I always use this, the world famous Lake Baikal. I think that probably some of our viewers and listeners heard it somehow, somewhere. So my city is Irkutsk. It's actually around 700,000 of people living there. And it's very beautiful city, to be honest, not because of me, not because of my childhood impressions. I think that every city that is located on river is lucky. Because really we have this fresh air during hot summer, during this very specific weather that we have in Siberia. We have everything. In winter it's -40. In summer it can be like +40. And you always jumping in everything like that. And my city and my Lake Baikal, for me, it's something that not only childhood memories. Now I live in Moscow, but I still visit my motherland, my small motherland, quite often, at least several times a year. Oh, we see.
Yeah.
Wow, your team.
Yeah, he's putting it up for the audience so they can see where you're from, because it is a stunning place. Yeah.
It's 5,000 kilometers from Moscow, just to explain how far is that. It's 5.5 hours on plane.
Really? It's 5.5 hours? I didn't realize that. I thought that was on train, but on plane. Okay. Wow.
But it's worth it, because when you, for example, I know that sometimes my city, people just treat it as the closest point to the lake, just to get to the lake, just to see it. If you will visit it in winter, you will even see fishes through the transparent ice, because it's all covered with ice, and you can step on it. You can even ride car, you can drive car, you can just do everything. And I even have my friends, they are drama players. It's ethnic group. Ethnic percussion group, and they were playing one song with Baikal ice. They just took this, I don't know how to explain, it's like piece of ice, quite strong and transparent and quite big, and they were using it to make different sounds. They were throwing it, and when it crashes, it's this sound as this percussion instrument does. It's
Very
amazing.
cool.
So
almost like a rain, like a rain sound, huh?
like tropical rain, yeah.
Yeah.
So this place is really, it's a place of power for me. When I feel like that my battery is really low, I love to come there to prepare and feel that I'm alive again. And I hope that you will visit it soon. Maybe during next year, I will be your guide, and you will feel it by yourself.
I look forward to it. And as far as and you were in school then when you went into the television, into presenting. So tell us about that. How did you fall into that? Did you take a class, or did someone recruit you, or how did that work?
Oh, actually, I think that this problem of finding something that you love in your life, then building a career, it's something that we have in each country. I mean, it unites us all. I think that if you ask 70 or 60 years guy or boy from, I don't know, any country of the world, they will be in doubts what to choose. And I had the same. I came from a working class family. My mom and my dad, they are both geologists. At this time in USSR, there was quite not famous, but very like prestigious job, something like that. So they choose it, and they were very open to everything that I will choose, because they knew that I just need to be happy. But at this age, I was in college. After school, I went to college just to make it quicker, and I didn't know what to choose. There was my last year in college, and I needed to pass some exams to choose a university. And then there was just luck, my big luck, because in our college, they decided to run a TV, local TV and radio. For the first time, they never did it before. And our like producer of this cool TV, he saw me in a corridor actually, and just said, "Oh, I need you. You need to come." It was background floor actually, ground floor. Yeah, that was ground floor, and he said, "You need to come there." I said, "Okay, I will be. I don't know what is this, but I will do everything. Let's try." And that was an amazing time, because I could try in practice what it's like, how it tastes. And we did our students news, radio. Even I did a radio show about falling in love.
You did? What was that called? What was it called?
Oh, I forgot the name. No, I forgot the name.
Okay, that's okay. So you had like a radio show just about people's love life, and so they would call in and ask for advice?
Yes, something like that. The idea was about dating. So, you know, when you're in college, you're a bit shy, but you can take a piece of paper and write a kind of love letter or something very personal, and put it into box. I did a special box near our canteen, so anyone could use it. And then I was reading it in live air, and then we were like filming small videos about this couple. So sometimes there was some luck in these stories, like happy ending. So I tried this thing, and my mom said, "You need to go and study journalism at the university. Pick this." And that was just by chance, but I think that was something that I really needed, because I'm very shy actually. For me, it's a big step to talk to audience, to do anything. So, and I just picked the university, which was actually just by our house. So,
good.
Yeah. And at this time, that was just my first course of this university. I was 17 at this time. And my dad, he just was watching TV as usual in the evening, and said, "Oh, you know, there was like this running, small running stripe with letters with.
They call that a lower third. A lower third.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know the name of that. So
Now
that
you
was
know.
really
Now you know the American term for it. Lower third. Go on. Yeah.
Oh. And so he saw that, and there was a kind of open casting for our regional TV AIST. Like anyone can come. It's for everyone. You can try your straight in that, and maybe it's yours. And my dad said, Alia. Actually, my parents, they called me Alia. Alexandra, short name Alia. They decided so. We both Alexandra.
Yeah, we're both Alexandra. Yeah. Go on.
And he just said, it's I said, okay, then where is the when is this casting finished? What's the time? What's the deadline? He said, oh, today. Oh, wow. And I just decided, okay, I will try. If it's for me, I can make it. I ran quickly, and there was a very big queue, very big line. I was probably last one, and they just did something, asked some questions. I thought I failed, but no, in 2 weeks they said, you can come, let's join us. And there was 5 people from all the city that they picked. And we were just study for 2 weeks before going on first live air. Just 2 weeks with like a Russian teacher. I don't know how this profession calls, when you're having this professional TV voice lessons.
Yeah, a presenter, or a voiceover. Is that what you mean? Or a presenter, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's more this kind. There was a very experienced TV anchor from Soviet TV, even from Soviet times, and she had this 2 weeks. She had this 2 weeks with us. So, and then survivals were in the air. On my first live air, there was news like at 1 p.m. And I don't remember, maybe 15 minutes, very short period, but that was live. And I was so calm. I felt so natural. I don't know why all my bosses around, they were standing behind these transparent walls, and they were having this special treatment when you're worrying. Valerianka. In Russian, it's Valerianka.
Valerianka. Okay.
They were trying to calm down. I was just like, what's going on? I'm fine. And only with the second and third and other my episodes, my shifts, I understood, I realized this pressure that you have, because it's not only you when you're in the air, it's your team, it's several, not even several, I think it's quite big team, journalists, cameramen, drivers, editors. So it's everything was done just for these several minutes in the air. And if you failed, it means that you like betrayed your team. And I realized it, that feeling.
Yeah, anxiety. Yeah. But
and only then I felt
well, it sounds like you were successful. So, and I believe that you are, and obviously you are. So that must have been really, really quite like just started out like right on television. So that must have been something. So how long did you do that? For how many years did you participate in that?
Oh, just that was my first ever job. So I stayed there for 6, almost 7 years. Actually.
Okay, that's a good.
And I'm so thankful for my first boss, because it's very important who will be your first team, your first bosses, because you think that if there are these rules in this team, it shall be like that. And it was really a big experience for me, because I had this knowledge that you can't just trust on someone's words. You need to check it. You need to be ready that everything can change. No one knows what will happen next minute. And at the same time, my boss, I can even like name say his name, Amgalan Rinchinovich Bazarkhandaev. It's very hard. Actually, that was very, very
You said
good.
it really fast, so.
Yeah, and that was it's the first test that you pass in. Can you say it correctly or not? Like when you come into the team, because it's very hard, even for me. And he taught me that a lot of things in TV and actually in each sphere depends on your personal connections. I mean, in a good way. I mean that every big deal begins from your own desire to make it, and from your ability to making connections with the right people, right team. And he has very huge charisma, and that's how in our regional TV appeared an international department, and I became a head of it. It sounds weird. Regional TV somewhere in Siberia. Have an international department. It really sounds weird, but because of our location, we are very close to Asian countries. Really close. It's like several hours, and you can reach Mongolia, China. We were working with these countries, also Korea, Japan, and we were making some international projects for both audiences in all these countries. For example, with the CCTV-Russian, China National TV, they have this channel in Russian language, and we made a first competition for Chinese students who learn in Russian language, and it was a kind of TV show. They were competing to get this prize, and they were even making jokes in Russian, so their level was really high. And we went to Beijing, to this main building of CCTV, and we're making it there. And that was really interesting experience, because Chinese people, they are working like our colleagues. They love to rehearsal, to make a lot of rehearsals before the main part. And we felt it's not Russian way. we keep in forces for the very important part for the show, but they are vice versa. The opposite. They really killed us with the whole day of rehearsals, and next morning, where it was filming, showtime, we were like that.
Oh, I'm sure you were exhausted
no energy
by the time you got to it, so you didn't have the energy. Oh my goodness. That's so funny. So did you get to travel to some of those places? Did you get to go to Korea and Japan and China, or were you mostly just staying in Russia?
Oh, thanks to our mutual project. We had this amateur film festival named Fisheye. And in this very big project, there were 5 countries participants: Russia, Mongolia, Korea, China, and Japan. And they made the final of this festival just year by year in each country. In Russia, Mongolia, and that was really great for me, because I could not only talk to my colleagues like this using Zoom or all this video equipment, I could really see their offices, see the differences between us. I mean, in working process. For example, in Japan, we visited not the main capital cities. I never been to Tokyo, but I visited very small and authentic city. It's Miyako-Naja, Miyazaki province. It's island Kyushu, the biggest one. And actually, it's not touristic city. We were probably the only one Russians at this time. And for example, how can you see it when it's daytime? When it's just working week, you can see that there are no one on the street. Everyone is busy, so no tourists at all. And of course, there was everything, all these small karaoke rooms where you can come and see how very old lady singing some traditional songs, and your voice sounds just, you can't believe that this lady can sing as Whitney Houston. And
Wow.
you just, it's very small, it's tiny, you can just stand there and enjoy it. And of course, there was me who said, oh my God, we're here for 1 week and we won't visit the main building of your TV station, BTV. And of course, they made an excursion for me. And actually, if we're talking about differences, in Japan, they have cable TV mostly, just because of their landscapes, because of mountains. They can, and actually it's very good for them because they have no competitors. It's just on one area, like one city, it's several, maybe two or three different TV stations, and you have no choice. So that was interesting thing that I noticed, that they love to start in the office, editorial office, like in the main building of this TV. They start with reading the list of the rules of their company. It's like a Bible of their company.
Oh, okay.
And they have some parts that they repeat altogether. They have some parts that just the main person who is reading that saying. And actually, it's something interesting because it's like playing. It's like conducting an orchestra. You need to. You need to see all your team, all your crew, and make them feel that this is our melody. Now we're gonna do this. It will be for all day. Like, leave all your thoughts at home. Now you're gonna work. And that was very interesting to see. And they also have another difference. This is for our audience. I think it's a bit weird for Western and for Russian audience. You know, when you're making this. When you're appearing in front of the camera as a journalist, as a presenter, nowadays you used to feel very comfortable. And if you wanna ask your cameraman to come with you, like come with me, I will show you. Let's try. Let's see what is it. You feel very comfortable to turn like this.
Yes.
But sometimes we just use this effect to show that, oh, we're following you. But in Asian culture, it's very rude. They find it very rude. You never can show your back to the viewers because it's unpolite. It means that you don't respect the audience.
Interesting.
I didn't know that.
So yeah, there's cultural things you have to learn when you're doing that kind of work. That's so fascinating.